Well, hello there, and welcome or welcome back. This is the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. My name is Debbie, and I'm just trying to get myself situated. One of those days where you think you've gotten everything done and you didn't. So, hello, water sign. So, this is for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is your reading for the month of November. And so, we're going to get right into it. This is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. So November is a busy time. We have 5 planets going retrograde. And first one is one of the big ones, right? Mercury. Mercury, although Mercury is in the sign of Sagittarius, and it'll be retrograde from November 9th till the 29th. It starts in Scorpio season. So this is about really tuning in to the things. Retrogrades slow things down. And we have 5 planets retrograde, so let's go to them real quick. Mercury. Jupiter. Jupiter is retrograde in Cancer. But that's kind of a nice retrograde. It's going to help you to dive deeper into some personal philosophies and to some truths. There's going to be some truths coming to the surface, which it's always good to know the truth. Might be a little unsettling for some signs. And we also have Pluto, Neptune, and Saturn. So we know Mercury is in charge of our transportation, communication, our commerce, our money. And it will be retrograde again in the sign of Sagittarius, but it will start during Scorpio season. I know it feels a little off-center, right? Sagittarius is the explorer. They are the travelers. They are the truth seekers. They are the philosophers. So when a planet rather goes retrograde, and whatever sign it is retrograding in, it's time to reevaluate what you find valuable in these elements or aspects of yourself. So even if you don't find yourself to be a natural traveler or a philosopher or whatever that is, it's asking you to look at the things that are really important for you. Right? We have a lot of slowing down right now, which is probably good because the world around us is getting a little quick and a little too fast for so many of us, right? So Mercury is going retrograde. Now there is a feeling or philosophy that during Mercury retrograde, like you don't buy anything new, you don't go on trips, you don't do any great traveling. But if those things are already in motion, then go ahead and do them. And maybe not hold back your life, but just plan a little better. If you're going on a trip, give ample time to get either to the airport, to the train station, or if you're driving your car. If you're having really important conversations with people, this is a good time to really be deliberate about your delivery on the conversations that you're having. Instead of just throwing stuff out there, really think about what you're saying and the point you're trying to get across, right? A lot of throat chakra energy happens during Mercury retrograde. Again, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It expands everything it touches, the good things and the bad things. It is in the sign of Cancer, so it will be retrograde in Cancer. And so the focus is on your emotional stability, your security, what makes you feel emotionally safe, your family, your connections, and nurturing those around you and yourself as well. And then we also have Pluto, Neptune, and Saturn retrograding. So there's a lot happening. But it's fine. We get through it. We always do. So let's go right into Cancer. We have the Divine Guidance Oracle deck. I have 2 tarot decks. I have not had to use them both, but just in case if I need clarity, and the Moonology deck. So, hello Cancer. How are you? this is for you. What does the month of November hold for our Cancerians? So the water signs inevitably will, Cancer especially, will feel the Jupiter retrograde a little more so than the rest. Probably Cancer and Sagittarius, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius, but Jupiter is retrograding in Cancer. So Cancer, a greater emphasis, right, on taking, more so probably for you, on taking care of yourself, because you are one of the great nurturing signs of the zodiac. So a little focus on self-care or nurturing yourself might be helpful for you. So what does the Divine Guidance Oracle hold for our Cancerian friends during this November? Today is November 1st. This will be, well, you'll see it'll be posted today. I generally do not edit. I just, whatever comes out, that's what comes out. Invite help. Invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready, God, pursue me. I'll show you the card in just a second. I think that's Saraswati on the card, if I'm not mistaken, and there's no book to this card, to this deck. And your second card is outrageous openness. Oh my goodness, Cancer. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I am open to receive. That's a little bold for our Cancerian friends. That's probably a little bold for all of our water signs. I believe this is Saraswati, either Green Tarot or Saraswati on here. I will have to try and clarify that for you. So again, Cancer, like, invite help in. This is maybe a spiritual element for yourself, right? Again, invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously say, I'm finally ready, pursue me. So what are you finally ready for, Cancer? What are you ready for? What are you finally done with? And what are you ready to be open to? Outrageous openness. Not just openness, Cancer. Outrageous openness. Like, dear love, open me to your will. So are you ready to receive in love, Cancer? Is that something coming up for you? Look at these cards. They are so beautiful. Outrageous openness. Cancer, opening up to love and inviting the divine universal forces, right, to help you with that. And that's also about nurturing yourself, honoring yourself, loving yourself, so you can fully love others in this world, whether it's friends, family, lovers, right? So let's see what the Tarot holds for our Cancer friends as you start us off. This is the boldest message, Cancer, we have gotten from the divine, and neither one of these cards have ever come out since I've had this deck, and I've had it for quite a long time. So breaking boundaries, Cancer, outgrowing that shell and growing into a brand new shell, right? Interesting. Outrageous openness. Again, not just openness. I am just amazed by the card. Outrageous openness. So, depending on what your spiritual beliefs are, if you're watching this, right? If you watch this, if you follow any type of astrology and or tarot, or you know that there's an innate sense within your own self that knows, that just knows. Okay. 5 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 3 cards face down, 5 of Cups, loss, grief. But let's see. So maybe it's tuning into your own intuition, Cancer, listening to your own inner voice, because after all, our journey here is to know ourselves. I pulled cards out for myself, and one of the cards was about deeper knowledge of your own self. So maybe that's coming towards our Cancer friends as well. Let's see what else is coming out. Okay. Seven of Pentacles, the Fool. Okay. We'll see where that takes us. That generally means a brand new beginning. 9 of Wands on the bottom. So, like, yeah. Invite help. And again, I said, ask you, what are you done with? Like, what are you just so done experiencing that you're open to receiving something new? Let's see what else these cards hold for our Cancerian friends. And we have the Empress, remembering who you are. Page of Pentacles, getting curious. 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, 9 of Cups, the Hierophant. Okay, so 1, 2, you have 3 major arcanas here out of 10 cards. Okay, so let's get into this, Cancer. The Empress, right? So we'll start off with her. Comfort, luxury, confidence, self-sufficiency, almost royal, a feeling of royalty. But I kind of feel like okay, I'm going to read these cards a little differently than I normally do because I'm being guided to. So you know who you are, Cancer. You know your place in this world. You know who you are. You know what feels good for you. You have a very generous heart about you. Although this is about financial generosity, you're willing to share what you have with those that you love and with those who are in need. The Hierophant. Again, coming back to these, invite help. Invite the divine to pursue you. And then, again, outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed. I am open to receive. Connecting to the very highest element of your own self. And you know that. You know that about you. You're highly intuitive. You have all of that with you. The thing is, with this 7 of Swords, and this 5 of Cups, there's been some disappointment. While the 3 of Swords is not here, it feels like either a broken heart or somebody wasn't honest with you. And they've kept things from you. And when you found out, you felt disappointed. And not maybe only in them, but maybe disappointed in yourself that you didn't see it. Is that making sense? But you were not supposed to see it. Right? You go into things with curiosity and with joy and with lightheartedness. This could be around work, because it's like you're working really hard and someone has taken your ideas or not held you to the position you should have been held in. And again, you have the 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Like the wounded soldier, right? Like thinking you're working towards one thing, but then being deceived in the end of it. Realizing that, not that you're not being appreciated, but maybe the only reason some people are around you is for what you can do for them and not what they're willing to give you. You have a keen awareness about you, Cancer. You will grieve, you will hold these things in, but you know things will come into fruition for you. This is not your story. Whatever deception the Seven of Swords holds for you, it does not hold it very long. Can I get these cards up? Nine of Cups, complete fulfillment. This comes back to you nurturing yourself. A brand new beginning with enthusiasm, right? There's no fear in this beginning. This is not the Death card. This is not the Devil card. Where there's a big shadow, there's a small shadow here. But there's not a big shadow element. You just realize you've been working too hard for the wrong thing or the wrong person. And then underneath that is 10 of Cups, 9 and 10 of Cups. And this is about family. This is about building the life that you want. Cups is your element, Cancer. This is water. This is your intuition. These are your emotions. Someone may have poured your emotions out to somebody and they didn't respect you. But you've learned a lot about yourself in the situation, which could be why you're asking for help from your inner divinity. If you don't believe on something outside of yourself, but most people do to some degree. Show me. Pursue me, right? I'm finally ready. I'm finally ready to know myself. This is the feeling I'm getting with you, Cancer. You're finally ready to know yourself on that. The word intimate comes up, but not like intimate how we would normally think. It's on a really deep, almost like a shadow space, or the place where you keep your innermost secrets and you're ready to look at them, to know who you are at the most granular aspect of yourself. That's where you open to loving, where you open yourself to loving yourself. And you can meet the world with enthusiasm and joy because you're a lot, Cancer feels like you're not turning into a new person, but a new you is emerging based on what you've been through. You're remembering the luxury that you want, the comfort in life, your place, your station in this world. You're remembering that you can still be generous. Even if someone tries to take advantage of that, you still have a generous heart, because whatever you give out, is coming back to you tenfold, ninefold, tenfold. You may get a little exhausted in the process, but you have this connection coming to something outside of you, in and inside of you, that's going to turn a switch for you. And I don't like to necessarily use the words enlightenment, but there's a big spiritual, energetic shift coming for you, if that's making any sense. You have to let me know. Let's pull your Moonology card. We have the Moonology deck. And Cancer, let's see what this is. And Cancer, if you would like a deeper dive or a deeper explanation for some of this. I don't feel like these disappointments, although they may be felt at a really deep level, they are not getting in the way. You're rising above a lot of things. Things that have been very personal to you. It could be around work. But you're much bigger than that. You're much more than the job or the title or the work that you put out. If it's for somebody else, it's the work that you do for yourself. Is the work that the world is looking for from you. Does that make sense? like this. You know, I worked 30 years in local government. That was not me. I mean, it paid the bills, it did the thing. This, what I'm putting out there, I don't get paid to do this. So I just throw it up on YouTube. If anyone likes it, if anyone watches it, they get anything from it. I'm just here to help. I'm just here to be a voice of, maybe not a voice of reason. My kids would probably say not. But an inspiration. And to give you the tools to help you to collect the tools that you need when we go through these struggles, knowing that you are so much more than that thing. New moon in Cancer. Oh my gosh, your own card. Relax. Which is very interesting because I said these things that, you know, like this really, like the wounded warrior, or like working hard, or like having some disappointment, and maybe there's some deception. They are not overpowering you. They are not taking anything away from you. If anything, Cancer, they are reinforcing and reminding you, bringing you back to who you are authentically are. Again, outrageous openness, and inviting in absolute love, true love. Not true as in the human form, but in the true love of this really deep inner knowing. Invite help. Letting whatever source you believe in help to guide you. And when you relax, especially under your moon, under your new moon, things just kind of fall into place. You remember, the most two powerful cards for you are the Empress and the Hierophant. Boundless, nothing above their heads, right? So you got this golden yellow here. That's in yoga, that would be the third chakra, your solar plexus, your place of personal strength. And there's not, I mean, you could say there's a crown on his head, but the crown just leads to your higher self, which includes whatever you believe outside of yourself, because there is no separation. You are one with that. New moon in Cancer, you pulled your own card. Relax. I don't think this is going to be a hard time for you. I think it's going to be hiccups. I think it's going to be a little frustrating. It's going to ultimately bring you back to you. So Cancer, that is your November reading. Hopefully this has been helpful, or maybe a little frustrating. But we'll see, right? See how it starts. Again, we have 5 planets retrograding. 5. Let's slow down. But that's a good pace for Cancer, right? Cancer likes to slow down. So Cancer, that is your reading. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Reach out to me if you would like to schedule a personal reading for yourself. And we will go on to, hello Scorpio. How is Scorpio? Happy November. Happy Scorpio season. I'm telling you. We're getting near the end of the year. Right? Scorpio is kind of like the keepers of the secrets. They hold the mysteries to life. They know what lurks in the shadows, and they're really not afraid of a whole lot. I love our Scorpion friends. So let's see what the Divine Guidance Oracle deck holds for our lovely Scorpions for this month of November. Let's see if we trail or piggyback off of Cancer or Scorpio, going in a completely different direction. Yeah, we'll see. Loss. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego's. Coming back to inviting that love in, and the universal plan. Again, back to the universal plan that we had for our Cancerian friends. Let's see what your second card is. And in the spiritual realm, in the spiritual aspect of beliefs, nothing is ever really lost. It changes form, it mutates. It may go in a different direction, but nothing is truly ever lost. And there is a dove on this card. Can you see that? So let's see, pull out one more card for you out of this deck. Awakening. Oh my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. Awakening. So lost, calling in love. And then calling in the divine. This is all very, very big. A lot of people are going through this really big awareness of who they are at the spiritual level and what they believed before and how those beliefs are transforming or transmuting at this point in time. There's a bird here. You have the dove here. So the dove is a sign of peace, right? So peace is coming your way, Scorpio. In the midst of whatever is coming through, you make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan. Trusting in something outside of yourself, Scorpio. Trusting in the bigger plan. And maybe that's what some of this chaos in the world is about. Although some are getting kind of knocked around emotionally or in their minds. But if we take a step back and look at the bigger picture, it's really designed to bring you back to yourself and your own stability. Because we can't control out there and what people do or what people say or what the governments do. But we can lean into our own self. And this whole thing is bringing us back to ourselves. So let's see what the tarot holds for our Scorpion friends for November as we are in Scorpio season. And again, this is for your sun, moon, and your rising and your Venus. So, just check your astrology, see what other placements you have. Like, I'm a triple Sag. Like, everything is in Sagittarius. I was born under a new moon. My one daughter was born under a new moon. She is a triple Libra. Yeah, we can be a lot. But if you check, your most important ones are your sun and your rising sign. Your moon, yes, but not quite as much. So just make sure you go on. You can go online and just type in, find my sun, moon, and rising sign, and it'll lead you. Ace of Pentacles. Right in the middle comes Ace of Pentacles. Oh, 10 of Cups. Okay, fulfillment. 8 of Wands, fast movement. Okay. Really interesting how all of a sudden these cards start to pop out. So 4 cards face down, 3 face up, but Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities. So, okay, I'm going to say for some of our Scorpions, you might be moving to a new home, and I will tell you why that's coming up. But definitely opportunity for advancement in your finances, in your career. That's also been a big thing. Wheel of Fortune on the root of the deck. So the Wheel of Destiny, the Wheel of Destiny, this is Sagittarius energy. I'm your Saggy friend. So maybe lean into your Sagittarius friends, Scorpio. But let's see. We have, the Tower, of course, right? The Lovers, Gemini. Justice, Libra. Oh my goodness. Page of Pentacles. Cancer just had Page of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. 10 of Cups. Cancer just had 10 of Cups. 8 of Wands. Ace of Wands. Oh my goodness. 10 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. Scorpio. I'm telling you. It's a good time to be Scorpio. Let me see. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas out of the 10. Tower. I don't believe, I'm not getting the feeling anyway, Scorpio, that this is a major Tower moment where like everything is completely obliterated. I'm getting this sense, however, that you are choosing what things you are throwing out of the Tower. Like this might even come in a moment of passion. By passion, I mean frustration. Like you've hit your limit. Like you've had it. I've had it moment. Because I get the feeling that you flip your own lid, so to speak, and you just start throwing things out. I mean, these are people, but you just start getting rid of elements in life that are not working for you. You're moving with a lot of heat and a lot of passion and a lot of energy. This could be an old shadow coming up for you, Scorpio, that maybe you have just ignored. Maybe you just decided, I'm not going to deal with this. I don't want to look at it because we know, Scorpio, sometimes our water signs do not like to look at things. They feel things and they know things, but they sometimes don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with it. But I think you're having a moment, a little meltdown, or even a kind of a big meltdown, and you're saying, that's it. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not putting up with this. This can go, that can go. You might be the Tower yourself. I'm not feeling like this is based on exterior influences, but I don't think the exterior is the Tower. I think you are the Tower. The Lovers, though, harmony, justice, balance, along with Libra, air energy, Gemini, Libra. So where has your life, Scorpio, been out of balance or felt unfair? Because justice is about equality, but it's about fairness. This could be a legal situation for some of you. I'm not really getting that for everyone. But there's a sense of something has been unfair. There could have been, maybe you were not yourself making the right choices, and now you're realigning yourself with the choices that you want to make. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. I mean, really, once you get grounded, after you, why can't I get these cards out? After you go through your Tower moment and you get rid of everything you don't want, and then you realize, wait a minute, I just want calmness. I just want peace. I want harmony in my life. And I also want to feel like there's some, like I'm getting a fair shake is what's coming out. Then you start to get curious about what does that, not only what does that look like, but what does that feel like in your bones? Like in your physical body, not in your mind, because our mind can tell us a million things that are true and that are not true. What does it feel like inside of yourself? Oh, it feels like abundance. It feels like all of your cups are filled with everything that you want. And once you start to settle in with how you want things to feel, Ace of Pentacles, right? Why I think some of you may be moving to a new home. So the Ten of Cups, like there's a husband and wife and their children playing, and it's like they've just bought a new home and it's right here, and there's, like a little bit of water here, a water feature. But the Ace of Pentacles has this arbor or this arch. And this arch is leading, there's a garden in here, and it's leading to your destiny. It's leading you to your fate, to that abundance, that life that you want, that fulfilled life that you want. And again, on the root of the deck, Scorpio, you have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a turning point. The Tower is a major turning point. The Wheel of Fortune is the wheel of destiny. When you are off track, it will start to put you back in alignment with your fate and your destiny and with your soul contracts. It's not going to take much for you to realize this. And again, the tower is based on exterior elements, but it's not the exterior elements that are causing the tower moment. You're deciding yourself to have this tower moment and to get rid of everything. And once you do, things start to move very quickly for you. Wands, fire energy. Then you have this big spark of inspiration, and you know you want a comfortable life filled with joy. You're not, whatever was going on in the past is done. And it's very rare that I say that something is done or coming to a conclusion. And you don't have the Fool here. Cancer had the Fool. That's a new beginning. This is like you're wiping the slate clean and going for what you have been denying yourself. Is that making any sense, Scorpio? I'm loving this reading. Destiny is turning in your favor. Let's pull out your Moonology card, Scorpio. And let's see what this holds. Big readings today. Big readings for our waters. All of the signs, though, have had big readings. And I'm not surprised. And I'm not going to be surprised in December and January. Probably more so January when the readings get really big. January is a 1 year. 2025 is a 9 year. It's about completions, about coming full circle or ending cycles. 2026 is a 1 year. It's about new beginnings, moving in a new direction, which is exactly, Scorpio, what you are doing for yourself. But you're choosing this. New Moon in Gemini, think it through. This card has been coming out a lot. So yeah, think through. This is the Page of Pentacles. Although this is not a sword card, which is your thoughts. If you're being very deliberate on what you want to create and what opportunities you want to come your way. Once you gain that clarity, again, fulfillment. 2 tens, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. This is wealth. This is comfort. This is happiness. This is what everybody wants. And you are finding a way to make it create it for yourself. Why? Think it through. You have, this is the new moon in Gemini, and you have the Lover's card, which is Gemini. So when this happens, especially in this type of a synchronicity, Gemini season was probably going to be a very polarizing time for you in a positive way. Gemini is the exact opposite of Sagittarius. The Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Destiny is Sagittarius. They are on opposite ends of the wheel. They are counterbalancing each other out. Lean into the Sagittarius season, Scorpio. As we get into Gemini season, that's, I think, where you're going to see a lot of fulfillment, a lot of change for yourself. But let me know. Let me know. Curious. I'd like to know how this goes for you. And when it starts to get a little disruptive, and if you sit there and go, well, she was wrong. I get that, right? Wait it out. Just wait it out. Just trust. Right? Think it through. Scorpio, that is your reading for November. Happy Scorpio season. Happy retrograde season. And again, if you have any questions, if you want to dive deeper, just reach out to me. My info should be in the comment box, in the description box below. We will move on to, last but not least, our Pisces. Hello, Pisces. How are you? Happy November, Pisces. My one daughter, my oldest, my firstborn, is a Pisces. And she's very patient, she's very caring, and she's very nurturing. Oh, just love it. So, what does the Divine Guidance Oracle deck hold for our Pisces friends? In November, what does this hold? What does November hold for our Piscean friends? We'll pull 2 cards because that's kind of how the fire signs started this. 2 cards kept coming up for the fire sign, so I just decided all the signs would get 2. Pisces, you have right now. Just right now. Stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled in each moment. So, yeah, if you have a lot going on, just stay in this moment. A little meditation. And then the next card is Divine Love. Both of these cards came out previously for other signs. When you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with the spirit. So not worrying about the outcome, right? Again, trust that nothing more will come than can be handled. Not worrying about the outcome of a situation. I need a sip, hold on. And when we don't worry about the outcome, and we detach from what we think the outcome should be, then things tend to work out a little better than we could have ever even planned for ourselves. Yeah, I know. Amazing, right? When we just kind of learn to surrender and let go, and not trying to drive everything, that's when things tend to work out. That's what the Tarot holds for our Pisces friends. And Pisces tend to be pretty good at surrender, I think. You know, a little free-spirited in the waters there. They're kind of going off for a little swim and reconnecting back. But being in the moment, Pisces, is really... Okay. 7 of Cups. Let's see where this takes us. This is your dreams, right? This could be dreams. It could be nightmares. This could be living in a fantasy. The Hanged Man. Contemplation, Major Arcana card. So are these dreams? Are they fantasies? Are they in reality? Are they based in reality? Or are they based in fantasy and not reality? I have a Scorpio in my life who is not living in reality, like in any form of the word. I'm like, okay, that is your world. Feel free to live in it. And me as Sagittarius, I'm the truth seeker, the philosopher. I like to be in the real world, but I do have like I said, a Scorpio friend who is not in any form of reality, but that's okay. They can live in their own dream. Queen of Pentacles. I love this, Pisces. If you have, again, 4 cards face down, 3 face up. So what is the dream? And is it a dream or is it a nightmare? Is it? Let's see. Okay, 2 cards here. It's on the root of the deck. Knight of Swords. Swift movement. Big ideas carrying you into your future. But remember to stay grounded in the present moment. Plan for the future. But you have this moment here. So let's see what else we have. Okay, so 3 of Swords. The World. Queen of Swords. Gaining clarity. King and Queen of Pentacles. Right next to each other. 3 of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. You have 2 queens. 3 queens. Pisces, you have 3 of the 4 queens. The only queen you do not have is your own. But that's okay. Knight of Swords. Right? Moving ahead. So I'm going to say, when I said, is this a dream or a fantasy or a nightmare? Like, you kind of had to come to terms with reality that, yeah. Let me get this up. It was a heartbreak. It was a bit of a nightmarish time, or an emotionally draining time. A time where, like, all you felt was your heart, and it felt like it was on fire because it kept getting pierced. I'm getting the feeling for some of our Pisces friends that there are false promises being made to you. Someone telling you something that they were going to be able to deliver for you or to give to you. So we take this into heart, right? We take what people tell us to heart. But those words were not true. And then you're here with this throbbing pain. Like, what am I going to do here? Like, I thought I was in a good place. Yeah, every relationship and the relationships can be romantic relationships, they can be friendships, they can be work, and everything is relationship, right? Every relationship has problems, so they say. So, like, what do I do about this here? Like, it's not feeling right, but then the words are coming in, and they're telling me something completely different than what I'm feeling, and all of a sudden, like, you know. But here's the thing. You don't sit in that very long, Pisces. Not at all. The world. You have learned a lot about yourself. Oh, shoot, I should probably cover this up. I'm going to get myself in trouble. When you do this, they're going to get mad at me. You've learned a lot. You've learned, for some of you, I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons at one time, or a lot of life has been coming at you. But here's what happens. You get clear. You get really, really clear. Almost to the point, kind of like Scorpio, where like they were having this tower moment. They are just ready to clear the decks. Like, you're ready. You have your sword up now. Like, you have your protection barrier. You are not going to let anything come in that is not aligned. You're not going to allow any more false people come in. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You are dreaming of someone who is a life with people who are aligned with your own personal values. Queens hold a lot of value. So do the kings, right? But we'll go into the queens. You have the Queen of Wands. Passion, discernment, comfort. These are all people that are on the same level. And somebody else had something to this, very similar to this as well. I think it was a friend of mine I was reading for. Anyway, that they are, as we evolve through life, there are some people in our life that don't hold the same values as the values we're moving towards. Right? I mean, it just kind of happens. I mean, when you're in your 20s, you're not really worried about saving money. You're out there having, partying and having a good time. But then you start to grow up and you start to say, wait a minute, I'm really now focused on the health of my finances. So the friends who are not moving into that direction, like, they're going to start peeling away. You are aligning yourself with all the energies who hold value in the same things that you hold value in, who value the same type of lifestyle that you want, a life of honesty, a life where they realize that you have to take care of your inner circle, yourself, and then the world around you will start to develop. A world where people who understand that once you get a thought and it's a really good idea, like, you go with it. You trust that intuition, you move forward. And it's okay if people come from different backgrounds, but they're all working towards the same thing, the same type of life. You're realigning yourself with people who, again, have the same kind of life that you want, or have the life that you're working towards. And you have the same basic values on how to live your life. Is that making sense, Pisces? Making sense. This is what's coming up, so let me know. Let's pull out your Numerology card, Pisces. Let's see what lunar cycle is guiding all of this for you, because Pisces, this is yeah. This is yeah. Okay, that did not make any sense. Let's see what lunar cycle is guiding our Piscean friends as we close out our readings for the month of November. This is November 1st, and this will be posted today. And then tomorrow morning, we set in the United States, and most of the United States, we set our clocks back an hour, ending daylight savings time for 4 months. And then we spring back ahead. So what lunar cycle is guiding our Piscean friends now? You have first quarter moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurity. So leaning into your Cancerian friends, right? Pushing through any insecurities, because listen, you've been through a lot. So it's going to make you think twice, like, wait a minute, can I trust this or trust myself? And you can trust yourself. So this is a reading for November, right? But readings can be timeless. So although action can start happening now, the whole fulfillment of it can take you up until Cancer season. But maybe lean into your fellow water signs, your Cancerian signs, Pisces, and let them help you. So my beautiful, beautiful water signs, this is your reading for November. Powerful reading. Big, powerful cards. Thank you for watching. If you have found value in this, share it with a fellow water sign. And if you want, you can like the video. You can subscribe to the channel. If there's anything else you want to see here, any other types of readings you would like me to do, just let me know. And until next time, happy November, everyone. And always, I send you light and I send you love.